All right, another video in East Hants is this place called Anthony Provincial Park, which is a picnic park out on the same area where we were this morning. And it's always amazing sometimes when I come out to places by myself that all of a sudden people show up. So since I've been here, I actually have four other people have come in to either walk their dogs out on the mud flats or just to take the air or whatever else. I actually came out here to have my picnic lunch, so I was able to get the tea out of one of my flasks and sit here, and I ate the fried rice I made at home and ate that up. And yeah, it's quite a nice little area. So I had known about this park. I've driven by it before when I went out to Burncoat Head with my family a couple of years ago, but I had never actually stopped in. Now, as far as I know, you might be able to swim here, but might being the operative word, considering that you have to watch for the tides. But a lot of people do like to go walking down on the mud flats there, because at low tide, obviously you can see it goes out quite a way. So I'm going to walk out onto the onto what had been the wharf or whatever it is, and go from there. And of course, right across the water that you see, that's actually northern Colchester and part of Cumberland County. This is actually quite interesting, and that's where I was last summer, where I went out to Joggins, to the world famous fossil cliffs that are out there. And yeah, so I'm trying to do a tiny little day trips out before I deploy to Gagetown this summer on the cadet training, because I'm not too sure exactly where I'll be able to travel while I'm in Gagetown, because I'm not taking my vehicle. I'm being transported by the military, so I'll be camping perhaps, but it may be a different kind of camping, but we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to put this up today too, and it's just another cute little park area. A lot of these provincial parks in Nova Scotia have been here since basically the I'd say the 50s and 60s. Now also, if I can get a little bit here, the provincial flower, which is a mayflower, and luckily there is a bee actually trying to pollinate and get his sweet nectar so he can continue the circle of life. So that's quite nice. A lot of the provincial parks here will obviously have some sort of flush toilets as well, or not flush toilets. They have, well, they're outhouses, what they are. They also will have water taps, but you have to follow to see if the water doesn't have a boil advisory. And also, considering the weather conditions, there may also be burn bans on. There's actually currently a burn ban on here in Nova Scotia, so you can't actually have an open fire. So I'm not sure if you're still permitted to use Coleman stoves or things like that or not. I'd have to check in on that, but otherwise, because a lot of people do like to come out here and barbecue, because I see actually evidence of someone actually did have a barbecue out here. Not too sure when, but the main thing is even if you were using stoves or something like that, you have to be extremely careful to make sure that you don't damage anything or cause a catastrophe. But anyway, that's just common sense and safety and things. Anyway, so I brought out my drinking water and some of my canteens and stuff. I actually have a Canadian Forces issue one now, but I also have a couple of British Army 58 pattern ones, because like my son and I both agree, we both like the British ones better because they hold more. And as my son said when he went to Argonaut for his camping, at least he knows who's been drinking out of the water bottle. So he was borrowing mine when he went up to camp. Anyway, that's quite interesting. So anyway, without further ado, it's basically just another little shout out here in the park. And you can hear the birds singing and things like that. And I mean, you can hear the birds singing in my backyard and things like that too. But it is nice to go out to a public area and just pull off and have a nice picnic and things like that. And one of my pipe dream ideas is to try to go to as many of these provincial parks in the next couple of years, just because my attitude is um, if you don't use it, you'll lose them. And one of the things I was actually talking to a grounds crew out in Maitland just before I got here, and there's a museum out here, and that was the WD Lawrence house that I was taking a look at, and they're not sure if they're actually going to reopen because, like you said, a lot of youth, a lot of families don't actually like to go out and see, like they said, old furniture. Well, it's not just old furniture in these places. There were ship models. There's all kinds of cool stuff that you can learn. It's just on how it's all presented, I suppose. So the more up and coming museums, maybe they have programs that are more exciting for youth, like the engaging and stuff. It's just all how you do it. But anyway, I'm enjoying my cup of tea in my Canadian 150 Hudson's Bay mug that I bought a couple of years ago, and just enjoying my Earl Grey while I'm out here. So anyway, take care everyone, and we'll talk to you again.